I wonder if Jess fixed that. About us. Where's the about us page?
Oh, I couldn't access this last time. Oh no.
What? It's about us.
No, I totally forgot to use that picture.
First, you are technically first. First comment.
First comment, yeah.
Hello, silly Gilly. Welcome. Welcome.
Unless it's like the one live we had where Instagram was like blocking certain comments.
What?
Yeah, Eric was telling me about that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay, I got the notification on my phone that we're live on YouTube, so that's ideal. Ah, music. Let me get on that.
You didn't even hook anything up?
No, I already did. I'm ahead of the game. Ahead of the curve.
It's shocking because you got back so late.
No, I've been here. I have been here. I don't know what you think. What you're thinking. White Foss's life. Agreed. I have a problem.
You don't have the biggest problem in the office, but you definitely have a problem.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to have problems.
Yeah. You have them.
Oh yeah, dude. It's gonna be super cool. Oh, here we go. This is cool. Max volume. What are we missing?
Well, hello there.
On lunch, getting pizza. Perfect timing. What kind of pizza, Aaron? What are you getting? Yeah, pizza.
When will be new stock for P-Star FE Custom?
I don't.
The
Well,
purple should be coming up soon.
I don't know.
I know we just got the F2s in, the purple F2s. So generally,
I think fusion engines take long.
yeah, fusion engines, they come right after we get like the F2s and the jacks. So sometime within the next month, probably, I would say,
Hopefully.
as a general timeline.
What was the name of that HP engine we were looking up last week?
Oh, the Wolf.
Oh yeah, the Wolf one.
Yeah, there's the Raven and the Wolf. I can't remember the name of the company. But I've been looking into it. It looks really slimline and cool. I'm still looking into what it's all about.
I'm missing the gun wall already.
Yeah, we're working on it.
I'm slowly working on building my little corner and into a studio more like aesthetically pleasing. But the problem with the streaming is Instagram's really easy because it's a phone. I can set it up anywhere. But for the other streaming services, we have to be on a computer.
And mine borked itself.
Yeah, Tom's computer died.
Yeah.
Mine's chugging. So we kind of have to work with what we got. So if you guys didn't know anyone on Instagram, you can't actually watch on like YouTube and other streaming services if you have a preferred one. So, but I'll build something here shortly because I think that this is like very, very lacking in a sense. Like I feel like if we had a piece of grid wall or something.
I have some in my office right now.
Yeah, I just have to install it. It's not like a big deal. I just kind of keep forgetting.
It's not like you don't have anything else to work
on. Any news on Wolverine's all-in-one HPA sniper?
Nothing yet.
This is actually news to me. So
it's very cool.
Sick. Well, when we get more news, we'll definitely.
I feel like when we go down for the tech summit, there will be a lot of interesting things.
Yeah. Hunting? Question mark.
I like hunting.
I don't hunt.
I like hunting.
I've gone a few times.
It
just wasn't my thing, I guess.
I like deer meat.
Well, I mean, I do too. My brain is so low. No, well, it's turned down.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's way better.
There we go. Sorry. What's up? What's up? Welcome. Hey guys. Hi, Jack Burton on the YouTube. Appreciate you using the other services, which is really cool. Glad it's working.
I'm just glad the whole thing's set up and working.
You tell me, Aaron. I have no way to tell you what kind of pizza you're getting.
You're eating the pizza and it has cheese on it.
Out of curiosity, how do you HPA the Matrix M240 with an F2? I'm waiting for the M240 to come back in stock.
Use a 249 kit, but use an M60 nozzle.
There you go. Drops right in otherwise, right?
Generally. Nozzle line's a little weird, and the hop-up they use is a little bit proprietary, so nozzle line gets a little bit wonky with that, but it's an M60 nozzle with a 249 HPA unit to go into it.
Sick. White Foss gang, always. I too much. I have another package today, actually, that came.
Sam, what did you get?
Did you?
What did you get?
You too, T2?
Shamrock.
Same. What colors? Did you get both colors?
No,
Just green. I thought the black tie-dye was super cool. I mean, okay, so there's my philosophy. If I'm gonna go buy T-shirts or hoodies, right?
Yeah.
I could go to American Eagle, for instance.
Okay.
And buy some generic hoodie that, whatever, and pay $50, $60.
Yeah.
Or I could, something I like and supporting somebody who's doing something, that's different or for themselves, or like trying to do something like it's a small business essentially. I would rather.
I can get behind all of what you said, except I'm lazy and I'll just go to Lucky Brand because I like their style.
Okay, well that's what you're after. That's why they exist.
Yeah.
But that's another part of why I really like this stuff. Not just the design and stuff, which
no, the designs are sick.
Is the biggest part.
The designs are
They
sick.
feel really good.
Here's my problem. Everybody in office wears the same shirt now.
Okay.
You're just the same person.
That's not how that works at all. That's not how that works at all. Would y'all work on my Tanaka M40A1?
Not really. We're only really doing HPA stuff right now. It's on our website. However, our tech team is really banging out the gun builds, and we're getting our volume under control finally. And we should be able to open up for more HPA installs into AEGs again. But unfortunately, we're not going to be taking in any repairs or work on anything that's like a green gas gun or anything like that. So sorry about
that. What would be your top name brand BLS for me? Personally.
Yeah,
I have no problems.
I'm gonna go with BLS or. We have no audio.
Did you guys see all the comments?
No, because we're way up high.
Oh yeah, there's no audio on Instagram at least. I don't know if YouTube's any different.
Nope.
Anything now?
Not yet.
What is up with this phone?
I don't know, because it did this last time.
You're good.
I mean, I have my mic right here. It's unmuted.
How about now?
Wait, talk.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden.
It did it last time.
I know.
I'll say we were fixing it.
So here's what I do: take screenshots of the questions we're missing. I would close the live.
I mean, I'm not gonna make a screenshot, bro.
Everybody's just saying there's no audio. So
yeah.
that's the only
Jump
thing.
in there and be like, I mean, our YouTube is working, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if they want to go to YouTube for now.
Can I drop a link in the?
Don't know if Instagram will let you.
No. Because once I leave this app, it's going to.
Yeah, but he might be able to drop.
You can try to reset. Well, I can try.
I mean, I can close it and reopen it.
Hang on, let him drop the link first.
Yeah.
And then
because the YouTube. Yeah, we still.
Yeah, YouTube's fine.
So I mean, so let me see if I can.
I want like the YouTube symbol and just go to YouTube.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
YouTube's fine. Oh, hang on.
Are you on YouTube?
Yeah. The link.
So let me see if I can.
I want like the YouTube symbol and just go to YouTube.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
YouTube's fine. Oh, hang on. Are you on YouTube?
Link.
So, I mean, we can try to fix it, but I mean, I can close out. So
I would close out and restart it.
all right.
That way we can at least maybe get it back up.
Yeah.
I don't think you could like
Yeah, you
access the link from there. Just
No.
copy the text.
You can hear bits of all on Instagram.
Is it just coming in? I wonder if it's the phone.
You want to try? I mean, I guess if yours,
Let me.
just go. I'm logged into the AMP account.
Okay, so we just close it. I don't know why. Let me. Good old iPhones.
Anyways, we'll start doing the YouTube stuff while we're still working on this. Is AMP going to be at Noob Day this year? Yes, Eric, Terry, and David are going to be down there at Noob Day for that. I had to come here from IG. Thank you for switching over. Sorry about all that.
Yeah, it's very, very frustrating. I mean, it's like you just wanna watch a live, and it's like it just decides it doesn't want to work. So if you want to keep answering comments, I'm gonna try to.
Yeah. So one of the other questions we got. Hey, we're here from Instagram. All right, cool. We're getting people from IG. Thank you guys. Sorry about that. What was another one we had here? EMG versus Mad Bull Mark 18 rail quality. Honestly, there's not really a difference. I think the Mad Bull might have.
Eric, I'm gonna go live again. Just see if it.
Yeah.
You can keep answering.
Honestly, EMG versus Mad Bull Mark 18 rail. The quality is pretty much the exact same. I think the color on the tan for the EMG might be a little bit more accurate than its velocity.
I'll run back in.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, IG's back up.
But I would
For right
stay
now.
on YouTube
Yeah.
if I were you. EMG, yeah, sorry, I'm just.
No, you're getting caught back.
All right, sorry about that. If it stops working again, I mean, it just sucks because we look at the comments up at the top.
Yeah.
And I have no
Guys,
choice.
if you didn't get your comment asked, repost it, and we'll try and get back to that. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but that's also why we post on multiple platforms.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, you can watch our streams on YouTube. The link is in our bio, so it's very easy to get to. And honestly, I'd probably recommend watching there anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Any idea what engine would fit an Ares L1A1 FAL? Been trying to figure it out forever. I would say your best bet is a version 3 with a FAL nozzle. So any version 3 trigger board setup HPA unit, so like a Jack, an Inferno, or an F2. And then Polar Star has an FAL specific length nozzle as well as Wolverine. Grab that and you should be set up to go. You might need to do a little bit of extra modding for the selector switch to engage semi and full auto properly. But if you're running an L1A1, I would just semi-lock it, honestly. But that's the best thing I can tell you.
Yo, thank you for always going live and answering questions. I'm sure the community loves it, and I sure do. Thank you. Yeah, that's kind of the point, which I'm glad it's being received that way.
Yeah,
it's an easy way to get questions answered.
Yeah, we're trying to keep in touch with you guys when we're not on site, and this is kind of the way to bridge the gap. But let's see here. More Instagram people. Yay, more Instagram people. How would HPA Matrix M249 Bravo with F2? I think is what it meant.
Well, it's the one you answered earlier, but the audio cut out.
Oh, got it. Waiting till one comes back in stock to HPA. So again, what I said on the Instagram before the auto cut out was pretty much for a M240 Bravo, you need a 249 kit, so any HPA 249 kit, and then you need an M60 length nozzle. The hop up is proprietary, so it's going to be a little bit weird. Nozzle alignment is also going to be a little bit of a challenge, but if you're using the M60 length nozzle and a good bucking nub and barrel setup with the proprietary hop up, then you should be good to go.
Cool. Amped is killing the game with the live, with this live. Other stores need to follow suit.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you. We try our darndest, to say the least. We don't know everything under the sun, but we'll sure as heck look into it.
Yeah, if we don't know, we will literally research it and tell you on the next live.
Yeah.
Or just email us and we'll research it and tell you over email.
Yeah, but we're always here to help in the best way that we can. So. You're just showing your chest hair?
Well, no, I was scratching it because some comment made me remind me that my chest was actually itchy. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah. He said, "Tom, what happened to them chest hairs, little Jake?"
They're always hanging out.
Oh man.
But hopefully the Instagram is working again. I don't know if maybe the phone was just being weird. No one said that it isn't working, and people are still in the live. So
I think we're doing good.
We're doing our best.
Yeah.
But cool. cool. I love technical difficulties.
It's
I don't know
great.
about you?
It's just, oh yeah, I love it, especially on HBA guns that we do a ton of, and then some random thing happens that shouldn't. I love technical difficulties. They're great.
I agree. It's always such a good time.
It's great. Let me see. I think there was another one. Oh, back the BB question. What are your top 5 BB brands? Why don't you and I just go with one each until we get to 5?
I mean, I think BLS is in my opinion the best.
I would say right now, for me, I generally use BLS because the quality is really good and their price point's really good as well. You do have really high-end BBs though, which is like HPA, Elite Force. Seems like Blue Mag is doing really well as well. Haven't done enough testing on those, but we have been able to run them through some of our guns that we've been building, and they've been performing pretty well.
I've used that VPS brand.
The VPS brand,
or it's VP something.
Yeah.
That I actually they did fine with my guns.
EMG brand BBs are also pretty good too. If you're looking for like something from just the stores brand, so Evike's brand, their BBs are actually pretty decent.
Yeah. VPS.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, you were telling me about these guys. Yeah.
I mean, I've had no issues with them.
Yeah.
So, but they're good. So I don't know. There's honestly I don't know. There's not really that many bad brands.
No, and if there is a bad brand, we don't carry it. We don't want you buying stuff that's going to screw up your gun.
Yeah, I mean BBs are kind of like the most essential part.
Yeah.
Of shooting other people with toy guns.
You rip a bucking from a bad BB, or you get a jam, and then it shreks your gears and O-rings and compression set and your AEG, then you're not having a good day.
No, absolutely not. Elite Force is BLS question mark?
There was a whole thing about that.
I don't
believe so.
Yeah, but to my knowledge,
I think Elite Force has their own manufacturer.
Yeah, they're not a rebrand essentially. So
Mercer Blue Mag is doing well. Yeah, I know you guys were. I was talking to you guys about Blue Mag.
Yeah, I mean we just got them in. So I think I had to grab a bottle for. Was it M-Soda maybe?
I think it was M-Soda. No, we didn't have it for. Oh yeah, the recent one you grabbed. Yeah, you did.
And
you did.
I had no problems personally. So yeah. You guys have the Zeneco stock adapter for if the LCT one fits, which it should, I'd have to confirm that. My E&L knowledge and fitment is not as much as I'd like it to be, but I think they might just not be on the website. The buffer tube adapters.
There's a few items that haven't gone.
Yeah. So if you need to, shoot an email. If you want to grab that LCT buffer tube adapter, and we can just create a custom card for you.
Yeah.
And get it to you that way. So. But yeah, LCT, and LCT, maybe LCT, SEMA. No, not really, LCT. I mean, that's what I use, but I love my SEMA 74M. Like,
we had a guy, so we went down to Milson West, which you guys probably, if you were down there and I seen you guys, and if you guys saw the live last week, we were talking about it. We went down to MSW and we had a guy show up and he's like, yeah, I don't know if my gun's going to be okay. It might not chrono right, and then I probably can't use it. I'm just going to buy an AK. And he was like, what AK should I buy? And I'm talking with him down at the box of guns that we had, and I'm like, just buy a SEMA, man. And we had an E&L there, too, and I was like, just buy the SEMA. Wes has a bone stock SEMA that every time his LCTs that are built out go down, we just grab the SEMA, and it runs, and it doesn't die, and
it's not just my guns, though.
Yeah.
I'd like to rephrase that.
Yeah.
My guns actually don't break that often.
No, they don't.
But they do. They do break. It's an airsoft gun. But so many people, even people who don't even work with us. I remember at Texas, Ranger, not this last one, the previous, kid had a SIG 552 with an F1 in it, and a solenoid wire popped off. I was like, gun I brought this and that. I was like, well, just leave the gun here.
Yeah.
Here's a SEMA.
Yeah.
I really wish I was having people sign it or something.
I think you should.
But it's amazing.
The other thing, I think Ryan used it at the Guardian Center because his AK went down too.
I used that SEMA. See?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
She's still chugging along.
SEMAs are SEMAs. really hard to kill a SEMA if you don't do anything to it.
Yeah.
If you leave them alone, they're really hard to kill.
Yeah.
I got 2 more over here. Do you think AMP will ever have a pre-HPA VFC MP7? I think this is about 4th or 5th time we've gotten this question on a while. Right now, there's other people that are doing it, and they're doing it very well. And so right now, we are not going to be coming out with our own MP7, VFC MP7 that is pre-HPA. We may start working with those people that are making them right now, but that is for further discussion and stuff like that, just so that we can give you guys access to anything that we find to be useful for you guys. But right now, there's no intention of us coming up with one when other people are already doing a really good job of coming up with one.
Right. If I bought a Kythera and a UGS CGS, would you guys be able to do the cutting of the gearbox and do the inline regulator setup?
Yeah, so we're actually going to be adding that option to our builds on the website soon. So if you buy any of our like M4 style guns and you want, or anything with a buffer tube, and you want a CGS, UGS, Wraith X, or even the Redline Airstock done when we're doing our builds, we're going to add that on as an option soon. If you want that done before we add that option in, then you can put it in the comments. You can also email beforehand. That way everything's clarified before the build gets onto our desks. That way we know you want that installed. And we definitely can do that for you. It's, I think, like an extra hour of charge of labor that we generally put for that, just because of all the extra cutting and cleaning up that we have to do to make that fit properly. But we definitely can do that for you. If you're talking about your own gun, we're not accepting any personal guns in at the moment. Probably within the next month, though, we will be. And if you have a personal gun that you would like us to HPA and install a CGS or anything like that onto, that includes a Kythera, then we can do that for you.
Sick. Just ordered a new build from y'all. This will be my second HPA build, Mark 18, and now an LVOA. Dope, dude.
Thank you, man.
I like the LVOA.
I think I just saw that out on the in shipping, actually, because I needed to grab more to bring over into tech. But yeah, that should be coming up soon.
Dude, LVOA, super dope. Tom, tell me I don't need to buy an F-150. The intrusive thoughts are winning.
Buy a Tacoma.
Or a Tundra.
Actually, buy a Tundra.
Yeah, get a Tundra.
Yeah, buy a Tundra. I don't know. I like.
Get a Toyota.
Yeah, get a Toyota.
Unless you're going to buy a diesel.
Yeah, if you're buying a diesel, but it's a 150.
Well, I'm just saying if that's.
Yeah.
Unless that was like the goal.
You get a Tundra.
Don't. We're going to stir up so many angry truck people. I'm sorry. Do you think Airsoft is pay to win?
No.
Yes.
There's.
I can elaborate.
So
I need to elaborate.
Let me
elaborate.
No, let me say my point, and then you say yours. So
it's not that black and white.
Yeah. Is it pay to win? No, because you could go pick up a SEMA or a G&G and shoot competitively to guys who have $1,000 guns if you're good at moving and you use decently heavyweight BBs to get better range. Obviously, they're not going to come with the best hop-ups, the best anything, but at a certain point, when you start paying for more and more and more in your gun, you are going to get more and more performance out of it. But a lot of times it comes down to how you're moving in a game, more so than what gun you're using. And that includes kit too. Like you could have the Gucciest set of kit and have way too many pouches on. Now you're like overcumbered and everything. You can't actually move and get into a position that is more advantageous than what your opponent's doing. Grenades are a different story though. That's a little bit where it becomes play to win or pay to win.
Well, I think it's very the ratio of how much pay to win affects the game depends on where you're playing.
I agree with that.
Indoors, it's almost I'm not going to say irrelevant of what gun you're using, but in my eyes, back in the day and even to this day, the $60 UTG tri-shot would tear it up indoors against Polar Stars, against people who have $1,000 guns. That's where your ability to move, ability to take corners, ability to react, and things like that are the most important aspect of the game. Now, on the flip side, when you talk about playing outdoors, movement is huge. If you can maneuver and flank and be behind people and set ambushes, it doesn't matter how good your stuff shoots because you've outmaneuvered and outplayed your opponent. But once you do get in those like, force on force engagements where it's just a matter of whose BB lands before the other guy's BB.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but the guy with the $1,500 saw is going more than likely. I mean, it's not a guarantee. Please don't think it's a guarantee. Is more than likely going to shoot the guy with. I'll use my stock SEMA for example. I don't want to be the opposing threat to that guy.
Yeah.
But would I, instead of directly engaging this person, try to back off, move, and hit him from a different angle? Yes. So I think you are the limiting factor in a sense in this conversation.
So it isn't paid.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It is. But it is in a sense.
This is recorded. He said I'm right.
No. Those words never came out of my mouth. But okay, can I rephrase?
Yes.
Certain engagements are pay to win. There you go.
Here's where I think it actually is paid.
It is a good question, though. I really like it.
I think if you get into, because he said indoor, he said an outdoor area. I think when you get into the mixed urban environment where you're fighting building to building and not just room to room, and you pay a lot of money for grenades, and you pay a lot of money for like
More
grenades, you are taking out rooms by just throwing grenades, and you paid a lot of money to have those grenades and use them. That's where I think it's pay to win, is when you're just taking out rooms by explosive force, literal explosive force. That's where it's pay to win.
That's and we experienced that in the last event we were at too. It was all indoors. It was great. It was a super cool AO.
But it was loud. It was very loud.
Was just, all right, guys, we're gonna take this, and then a grenade comes rolling in, and boom. It's like, oh, all right, well then, dead.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And that is a sheer.
That's pay to win.
Pay to win. So I was right, in a sense.
Our points flipped.
Yeah. Hey,
good job.
Yeah, absolutely.
We see each other's sides.
Yeah,
What a great question.
That was great. I love those ones, especially when right off rips you're like, no. I'm like, yes. You're like, all right, here it goes. This is gonna be a good one. Question: I dropped a fusion engine into my Specna M4, but I have an issue with my selector switch not switching from safe, semi, and full auto. How can I fix this issue?
Okay, so the Specna M4 has some cool features to it, but generally speaking, it is at its heart just a regular version 2 gearbox. Like I said, with some cool features. There's a few different ways to overcome selector incompatibility on the Fusion engine specifically. The main thing is that some selector plates on version 2s, depending on brand, are shaped a little bit differently, depending on the actual selector that you have on the lower receiver. So sometimes what you have to do is take the old selector plate off of your Specna gearbox and throw that onto the Fusion engine. That's probably the first step I would recommend for you to do. The next step would be when you have the Fusion engine in the lower with the upper off and the grip off and the buffer tube off, just look and see where it's sitting with the floor pin, so the middle pin, and the back body pin in place, and just see where it's sitting and how it's interfacing with the low receiver selector, and see where your play is and where it's tight. And you're going to either have to change parts to add material, or you're going to have to maybe sand other parts to make sure it's moving freely. And that is kind of the game when it comes to selectors. Honestly, as much as we harp on nozzle alignment with HPA installs, when you're dealing with a Fusion engine and different brands, selector switches on the low receiver and the compatibility with the actual Fusion engine selector body or the Vulcan V12 or anything that's basically a different gearbox going into a different brand body is where we start to run a lot of the creative problem solving part of putting an HPA engine into a new gun. So hopefully that gets you on the right track, and then we can also maybe help you on the email or something. Send us in some videos, and maybe I can help you out a little more.
Yeah, we're always happy to do that. Sometimes visual aspects of your question do really help when it comes to the technical side of things. So, good place to start. I missed this one. Okay, guys, if you had a team of guys using VFC marketing teams and a team of guys using a Crytek CBR or CRB, with the same upgrades like hop up barrel motor and gate, who you got your money on for the win? Yes, I'm trying to start an in-store war of VFC versus Crytek. Wouldn't they shoot the same?
It would shoot probably the exact same.
But would the Mark 18 rail or the CRB rail?
The CRB shorter than Mark 18, like by like an inch. That's about it. Because like a 9-inch versus a 10.3. Or it's like a 9.5 versus a 10.3, which really isn't going to matter.
I don't know.
I think that Crytek, but he said upgraded. Honestly, if it's upgraded,
it's
negligible.
Who's behind the gun?
Yeah, at that point it comes down to skill. Yeah, they're so close in performance, and you can do pretty much the exact same thing to each of them.
Yeah, they wouldn't shoot much different.
Yeah, if they're fully upgraded. Like if I had a Fatco Crytek and a Fatco Mark 18, like VFC Mark 18, which is like the most upgraded those two things could be, and then they both went at each other, I think that becomes more of like who's behind the gun.
I'm just gonna say Mark 18.
I'm just gonna say Crytek for the hell of it.
I hate you. That's okay. My 2-year-old Seema's still kicking it, and 2.5 years later, and she spent most of her life stored in a duffel bag. I mean, mine stays in the same duffel bag. It's the oh shit bag. What do you do if my Polar Bear jack exploded? Like I was shooting it and I heard a pop in the engine and had lots of metal inside of it. In your jack?
What did
You gotta send some pictures, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Please, more info.
Well, how did that even happen, dude?
This is about the CGS. Cool. I was afraid to cut the gearbox myself. I was about to order the pre-cut amp gearbox.
Yeah, you could also do that too. That's why it comes pre-cut like that. And for those asking the question that we get all the time about that pre-cut gearbox, you're going to use your spring guide rod as a nut for the buffer tube screw.
Bro, we have a whole video on the YouTube channel.
Oh, wait.
It answers every question about it.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah. I got you. I'm trying to pump out some content. Okay, for what? I did it. No help to you. No help from you.
You asked me questions!
No, I asked Tungsten. Tungsten did the whole thing.
Really? The guy who's never done one before. That's a great video. Let's go watch it.
It is a great video. Jeez. You don't need to cut it. Just take a big old bite out of the gearbox. I agree.
Yeah. And then you're good.
Done. Tundra Gross and Tacomas are overpriced. Watch your mouth.
He's not wrong about the
No,
Tacoma.
watch your mouth.
He's not wrong about the taco.
You're paying for quality.
You are.
No, they are
paying.
all Toyotas.
You're paying for Toyota tax.
Trust me.
But they don't die.
I was like, when the new GR Corolla, like everyone was like, oh my god, a $30,000 hot hatch, this is gonna be dope. And then dealers are like, yeah, 55 grand. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I totally understand. If you're buying brand new, even used, you're gonna pay more, but there's a reason they're more expensive. Sorry.
Taco.
So yeah, Airsoft doesn't pay to win. I have kills with a spoon I got for free.
There you go.
That's valid. Skill issue. You're right, Eric. Shout out from the Philippines. Also, Airsoft players hard mode. Yes. Turn the difficulty all the way up. Are you guys going to TRP April 30th?
Yes.
Always. Can't miss TRP. Can I ask a question here?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
See what's over here.
Hey, are we talking about cars now? Always.
Yeah.
This isn't just an Airsoft live.
This is just kind of a live.
This is a place for you guys to hang out and take an hour out of your day that hopefully isn't stressful.
Yeah.
We got the lo-fi on. We're chilling. We're here for you.
Mm-hmm. Why are you looking at me?
I don't know.
I'm not.
I had
you.
to.
We're here for them.
I'm a huge GM fanboy, but Toyota is where it's at. I love Toyota. I mean, it's just I'm a man of many opinions. So, okay, an Evo out of the box. What platform would be right on par with it? Meaning just as good with no upgrades needed.
Wow. And you're talking like same platform, so we're sticking with SMGs.
What platform would be on par?
An MPW.
Well, would price now be, because obviously you can
get an MTW for
You
like
know.
$700, $800. You can get an Evo like the HPA one for $600, $700.
if price is no issue, yes, you probably have to do an MTW because they're one of the few that come out of the box. One HPA.
Yeah.
And the Evo does as well, so
Yeah.
you can compare that one to it as well in the same.
With the same engine.
Yeah. So probably, like, you're right, an MTW.
I'd say that's probably the closest thing out of the box,
Yeah.
performance-wise. If you're trying to compare it to like an M4 that's around the same price, you're talking about there's not a lot of M4s in the market that are so built for, like, I don't know.
Keep talking, sorry.
I don't even know. But like, there's not a lot of M4s on the market right now that are AGs for the same price point as the Evo that have the same features and performance as the Evo. The Evo really does stand out as an out-of-the-box performer that you really don't need to do anything to. And the reason I'm saying that is because I purposely bought one just to have an AEG backup the one day because my HPA ran out of air and I couldn't fill it. And I was just like, okay, screw it. We have one on the trailer. I'm going to grab it. I've heard really good things about this gun. And I didn't do anything to it. I just put 3 6s in it and shot crazy good. Now, newer and newer guns, I'm talking like 2023, 2024 M4s, they're coming out with some pretty upgraded stuff out of the box for around the same price as a AEG Evo, maybe a little bit more. So those ones are definitely getting up there as options for like what I would say out of the box, but they're so new I can't even say like, oh, this is a contender because I haven't really gotten my hands on them and they're not really out yet. So
MTW.
Yeah, the MTW is probably the closest thing.
STFU. I just bought a 2023 TRD Pro. I'm loving mine, especially for trips and to the Pew Pew Field. Tacoma Master.
Taco!
Tacos are dope.
Taco!
I am definitely in favor. They don't die, but in PA, you got to watch that rust. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I spent an entire winter taking care of my Forerunner, so that is their Achilles heel, to say the least.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble with the FPS consistency every time I reach 30 RPS.
That is kind of a thing. So when you start to get to higher RPS rounds per second is what I was going to say. When you start to get up to the higher rounds per second, so you start getting above like 25, 26, when you start going above that, you start having limitations from how fast your mag can feed, how fast your hop-up will allow you to feed, if your bucking is too stiff or the lips are protruding into the window or the feed tube, how high your hop-up is set. And these are all things that are all add resistance to the flow of the BBs coming through at that high rate of fire. When you start having to deal with that, you can start having consistency problems because your mag might not be able to keep up, or if you're using an AG, your cycle rate might not be fast enough to keep up with it. Like you can cycle really fast, but your volume compression might not be fast enough.
You get pre-engagement.
Yeah, and that's a thing. Or DSG builds with short strokes,
Won't
but then
do that for very long.
No. But HPA can kind of keep up a lot better than most AEGs can when you start getting the higher rate of fire builds. But to a point, because you can only allow that airflow to come through so quickly or the valve to be open for so long before you want to cycle the next round. And if you're trying to go really fast, that poppet can only be open for such a little amount of time to keep that high rate of fire going. You got to play with it. You got to play with the tuning and everything. We start talking about high rate of fire builds. High rate of fire builds are a little bit nuts and can definitely be a headache. Yeah.
For sure. That's why I don't do it. For the price of a Tacoma use, I can get a new STX F-150. Oh, you're probably. I've never looked into them, but
taco tax is a thing. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is get a taco.
It's funny. But it's all personal preference. If it's under warranty, who cares?
Yeah.
Fellas, don't worry. You get a break from quizzes today.
No.
Passed my test last week,
Okay,
baby.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm glad we can help you study.
Proud of you. Go get a tiger. You're going to be operating that crane in no time.
Learn more things for us to learn.
Dude, he's out here.
Yeah.
Have to head back to work. Be safe and have an amazing day. You too, homie. Thanks for stopping in. 6.2 inner barrel. Do they have problems on jamming in HPA guns? Not if they're clean.
Not if they're clean, and if you're talking about a 6.23 Orga, then they don't ever really have a problem jamming because of the wide bore. If you're talking about a 6.02, no, they really don't have a problem jamming.
You gotta really gunk it up.
Yeah. If you're having problem jamming, it's either from curling bucking lips or you need to clean that thing out more.
Have you seen any Oni stack atos? I don't know how to say that word. Out in the wild.
Staccatos, like the pistol?
Yeah. I looked it up.
No.
No, if I did, I wouldn't have known that it was that. But
one thing for us is we don't go to a lot of local indoor fields, and I feel like that's where you would see like pistols like that and things like that. When we go to like more outdoor fields, we notice more people's rifles because that's mainly what they're using than their pistols.
Yeah, it's very hard to be like, oh, what's in that holster?
Yeah.
It is nice to know that there's one last car brand that will sell you a new frame for your car, truck, or repair it. Yes, my buddy has a first-gen Tundra, and they actually had a recall and replaced his frame.
I had that on the Taco at one point when I was buying mine, and it actually had been replaced when I was looking into buying the one that I bought. So that was kind of nice that I basically have a 30,000-mile frame on a little plus 100,000-mile truck.
It's crazy. I use AEG, and our magazine is electronic. What, for the 30 RPS?
Yeah.
Magazine is like, oh, it's box mag.
Yeah, I would say honestly, probably the magazine's a limiting factor at that point, because it can't push it up fast enough for the AEG to cycle. Because like basically what's happening is probably your AEG is cycling so fast, and the nozzle's coming forward, and the BB hasn't fully gotten dead center with the nozzle yet. So then you're probably having some inconsistencies from that. I would try an EPM 1 to try and see if that's the problem to like diagnose, because they have really high tension springs, and then go from there.
Don't worry, I'm learning more to quiz y'all on. Just wait till next week. Oh God. All right, bye. We're leaving already? Did I just popped in to tell us
quick,
that? Yeah, usually hang out for a little bit, bro.
No quiz today. Bye.
Yeah,
thanks,
whatever.
Bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, I wish I could join your live. I want to learn more. You're in it.
Yeah.
And you can type in the comment section and ask away, my friend.
Yeah, and if you ever want to like talk with us more directly, you can hit us up on the emails, and we can try and help you out with any questions you guys are having.
Yeah.
When are you guys gonna come to an NSL event? So we did just sponsor one at Shotstone, and we're talking about trying to get out to a few more Speedsoft style tournaments and stuff. We're working soon with KWA Tactical League guy Mike, but that's not really Speedsoft style. We're looking into doing more with that and trying to figure out how to set up more of a table style event instead of just the giant trailer events that we do, because some of those events don't really work well for our type of a setup at an event. But we do want to get out to more of those events and see more of the other side of our community that we don't really get to see in person, which is also why we have these lives. But there are a few events like that planned for this year, so you'll see them coming up.
Are the Antec feed blocks compatible with all M249s or just the Para?
It's just the featherweight. It is specifically made for the featherweight because the featherweight has a specific hop-up unit for it, and it is one of the best upgrades you can do to that gun.
There you go. Look at that. I didn't know that. Drugs.
Drugs.
You're back. Welcome.
But he's over here this time. He's not.
You're not.
Soviet Union isn't over here. We need Soviet Union over here, not on the IG.
Weird. Throwing me off. Come to Sac Country for the NSL event.
Sac County. Yeah.
Did I say country?
Yeah, you said country.
I can't read.
There's nowhere. There's nowhere there.
Dude, look, no one understands. Look at the distance I have to read. I have bad eyes. Leave me alone. I can't do anything about it.
Country. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
don't know.
country. Country. I like country. I hate you.
You're the worst.
Yeah.
Would love to see you guys. Absolutely. I mean, we try to come to like honestly as many events.
Honestly, kind of what's happening this year is we're kind of getting limited on just personnel. Like how many people can we send out from the shop before the shop becomes like a graveyard shift?
Well, this Saturday our retail store is closed because
we have 3 events this weekend.
Yeah. So if you didn't know that, don't come to our store on Saturday. Come on Friday.
Yeah.
Or throughout the week. But yeah, Saturday we are closed. We just don't have the bodies. It happens.
Yeah.
So, just so you all know, I have a Mac Customs build for sale. Dope.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. What's up, guys? How are y'all doing? I am doing okay.
What is with your face?
That was the joke.
See? I have to ruin all your fun.
You do. You do.
It's my only job.
Which means unfortunately, you're really good at it. You're really good at it.
Yeah. What do you think about my name?
I can't read.
I think it's a pretty interesting.
AK-47. That's pretty cool.
I like the AK-47.
Yeah. Yeah, and yourself.
Yeah.
Those are some cool words.
Yeah. I like the drug part. Wait, that's not your name.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Nope, you got to pick one.
What am I picking?
Oh, he said to the Evo question. He said you got to pick one. The MTW would be the closest. What do I have to pick? So like the Evo or a different platform? I would still probably go with the Evo, dude. I love my Evo.
I'd want an AG Evo. I think that's what I would want.
That's what I have.
I know, but I'm saying if we had
I like the AG.
Yeah.
Out of the box. There's not really, for the price that it is and the performance that you get.
Oh yeah.
It's not really a very big contender unless you want a different style of gun.
Yeah, in the SMG platform, bone stock, there's nothing that really.
No, I mean, so the Crytek PDW, or not the PDW, the P90.
I wouldn't say it shoots as good as the.
I don't know.
The Evo, personally.
But it's in the same like style of gun as a PDW.
I mean,
ish SMG
no,
thing.
Yeah, well, no, I think it's an SMG, right?
No, it's
P90?
a PDW. P90 is a PDW.
Okay, I don't know, man.
There's a PDW, and
I'm not sure.
And then the VFC MP7, I'm going to say something about, is out of the box very good. The problem happens is that they don't last very long as AGs. They either strip a piston, or their motor goes, or one of the wires goes on it because everything's so tight in there. That was the only reason I didn't bring that one up, but it does have a lot of the same features. It does have really good performance out of the box. But it doesn't last as long as the Evo. Would be the only reason I would not pick it over the Evo. It's also a little bit more expensive than the Evo. Yeah, I would still pick the Evo.
Instagram has better sound? That's strange.
So now we went from having no sound to having better sound.
But I have a mic. You can't. I mean, can't.
Hello there.
I have an actual mic.
It's just the iPhone mic, man.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
So your union's back
on the YouTubes.
Yes. Tom, if I wanted to HPA a UMP 45, what would be the best body and engine to get for it? So I would grab one of the Umarex, there's like 2 tiers of the new Umarex ones. I'd grab a higher tier one of that because the bodies are really nice. I would not get the electric blowback version because you're just going to lose it anyways if you're HPAing it. The other reason I would grab the Umarex is because the mags are very easy to get. The older Classic Army, the G&G, those ones, they're harder to find magazines for. They almost don't exist anymore because I had a Classic Army one. The Umarex ones are readily available. They're pretty easy to find stuff for, and they have really decent polymer for the bodies. And then the engine I would get, because it's an SMG, you could honestly go with a single solenoid and be absolutely fine with that gun for the ranges that you're probably going to be using it at. You don't really need to fine tune that thing like you would if you're trying to have a longer range shooting gun. So I wouldn't recommend an F2 for that. I would recommend a Jack or an Inferno. And then I would just get the version 3 version of one of those 2 units. And then I can't remember the number of nozzle, but you will need a different nozzle because the version 3 Inferno and the Jack will both come with an AK length nozzle, and you need, I think, a G36 length nozzle for the 45, the P45.
Yeah, sounds like not good on YouTube, but Instagram has better sound. Well, then I will look into it, and maybe this mic just isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. So
we need a $500 crazy mic that just hangs from the ceiling.
We need the, like, you know.
Anyways, as we were saying today,
each person has
we
one.
just need to clip on mics. We just need clip-on mics so we look like.
I'd rather have a boom mic, if I'm being honest.
I said hanging from the ceiling.
I mean, or the wall. There's a wall.
We need one of those like WWE mics, and that way we can just go, "This is my opinion on the matter." Swing it in your face.
Throw it through the monitor.
Yeah.
Well, we can look into it. We're not like stuck with this one.
We're stuck with it.
No.
Oh, we can even just hang this one. We can just... As we were saying.
You're so obnoxious.
Why did you even point out the sound?
Yeah, thanks.
Because now I'm just going to be on this tangent.
No. We're stop it. Oh, okay. Tom, what events do we have this weekend?
We have Noob Day, like we already talked about. We have Syndicate 3, or the Prison and Crescent, PA. That's going to be hosted by Big House Milsim. And we also have a new event company called Nomad Milsim, who's doing the 12-hour style format, the continuous 12-hour style format that Gun Gamers has already started with. And these guys are now going to be doing kind of a similar thing, it seems like. So we're going to go out and see what they're about. It's going to be me and Cole at Nomad. Pretty excited about that one. It's going to be Logan, and Ryan at the Prison Game, and then it is going to be Eric, Terry, and David at Noob Day. So if you guys want to get out and see any of us, come to any of those 3 events this weekend. We'll get out to see you guys, talk in person, talk about whatever you guys want, trucks, airsoft, weird people, things. I don't know. We're all weirdos.
Yes. And if you guys haven't, I have to do my spiel. Pre-orders. If you guys want to place pre-order for anything you need,
yes,
get it brought there for free.
Today's the last day for pre-orders for some of the stuff. Actually, tomorrow is the last day for other ones.
I think tomorrow is.
Well, today I think. Oh no, tomorrow is the last day for pre-orders for pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Syndicate's today.
Yep.
Noob Day's tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Nomad is tomorrow as well.
Yeah, ironic that.
I think it's just because of how early they're leaving.
Yeah. So yeah. Pretty cool stuff. It should be a lot of fun. Make my HPA gun shoot 300 feet.
No, I think you said made my HPA gun shoot 300 feet. Well, very good. Or 250. Not sure.
Both very impressive.
Yes.
Yeah, which is dope.
Once you start reaching that upper area and you can have consistency with that, it gets really cool.
Yeah. Did you check out the Wolf engine? Yeah, we looked into it.
Took a look at it. It's really interesting. I'm going to be looking into a little bit more, and then maybe try to getting some stuff into tests, and then maybe we can. I don't know.
It'd be really cool to at least just get one to understand the engine a little better.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be really cool.
Wow, we got a push now.
Yeah. Do you accept orders to what's PH?
Philippines, I'm assuming.
I don't know.
If so, yes, we do. We do ship to the Philippines.
What's your best field you ever played on, and what was the name of the op?
This field I ever played on was probably Muscat, but it wasn't my favorite, like all-time favorite. I went to Centurion recently and was at Muscat, and that was an incredible game. but it was a very different game than just a regular milsim, and it was very, very fun for us as vendors as well as playing it. That's my favorite, like AO, like outside field thing, because there's so many buildings there. It's just really a cool AO. No.
I didn't think it was indoor.
Well, no, I'm like trying to think like what's my
I don't
favorite
know.
field as far as indoor. I don't go to a lot of indoor fields. Odin's is great. I really
Yeah, I mean,
like
at
Odin's.
CQB, like that one's. But I'm trying to think of events. Like that's like.
There's so many of them.
I know. I'm just like sifting through all the.
Yeah. Guardian's always good.
Guardian's always fun.
Holcom's great.
Um,
But actually, the Vietnam camp that Midsummer Nightmares at is actually one of my favorite AOs as well. It's really cool.
I really like that MSATO event in New York.
That was cool.
That AO was super fun. I
That
forget
AO
what that
was
one
fun.
was called, but great time. I did really enjoy that AO.
Was it an asylum?
Hmm?
Was it like an asylum?
No,
or
it was
something? Some prison thing.
yeah, or it was not prison. It was like a not like mental thing. But
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I would say that was probably my most of this year. Probably my favorite. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
To be like, there's none that just like make me go, yep, this is it. That's the only, that's my answer.
That's Muscatine. That's Mutsy.
Yeah.
That for honestly, if you guys haven't been to Mutsy, which there's gonna be a lot of events there this year, pick one and go to it. It's a crazy cool AO. It is nuts how detailed oriented they are with the buildings, with rooms, with the setups. They're nuts.
Come to my house. Vic, invite me over.
I mean, dude, his backyard field is actually pretty freaking awesome.
Well, invite me over. Jeez.
It's not cool.
I guess not. We're looking forward to Muscatuck in September for Irene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Irene's
that
one of
should
the
be
ones.
super cool.
Yep.
Warm days means TRP days are back.
Yep.
Did they ever leave?
There was a cold TRP already.
Yeah,
It was pretty cool.
But talking about that Wolf engine, right? What was it called? Wolf?
Yeah.
I just installed one. It was super weird since everything is in Polish.
Yeah, I can see that.
Doesn't do phones have the ability to like
Some.
because my phone can scan and turn a picture into a document,
Yeah.
and then could you put the document into Google Translator?
I think Google Translator actually has an option for a camera, and you can actually put it over certain text, and it'll read it.
That'd be
It'll
cool.
Translate it. I do. You never come. It's always me.
You're absolutely correct. And watching you guys in class.
That is the peak way of doing the amp lives.
Yeah. If you're not watching in class, like, what are you doing? No, I'm kidding. You don't have to watch in class. I don't care where you watch. You're here hanging out. That's all that matters.
No, you need to be in a classroom setting.
Then
Get the full
then we're doing it wrong because we're not in a
No,
class.
we're part of the other half of that experience. We give that to the person in the class.
I guess.
I'm just here to be annoying.
Well, you are.
Yeah.
Once again, I already said you're really good at your job, which is annoying the ever living hell out of me. Yeah, yeah, that's.
I'm not even doing it. I'm just like bouncing my finger off my face.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, guys, we have like 2 minutes left. Actually, we have a minute left. So
But
get
yeah,
your questions in real quick.
if you do have any last minute questions, please let us know. But we have lots of events to see you guys out this weekend, so hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of watching, making sure nothing pops in. Any other last minute questions?
It's always going to be literally like the actual minute where we're like, hey, and that's a wrap, guys. Thanks for coming in. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, here we go.
Oh, have a great day and week. We'll be at the Crescent Prison.
That'll be oops. So Jason, and then Logan and Ryan will be there. That's the coolest, as funniest barrel
Stock you've ever seen. Oh, I don't know.
I've seen somebody put a Christmas stocking on the front of the one. That's very interesting. Like an actual like Christmas stocking.
Oh yeah, Eric's right. You have a couple minutes to do the audio issues.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
we'll do some last minute stuff.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just that I buried that memory already.
Yeah,
Like that
we got rolling. We got just rolling back into it. That it's like, oh yeah, we were having problems. We don't have problems here.
We never have
I want to see how crazy competitive airsoft gameplay is, like here in PH. I mean, it'd be really cool to go to a different country and see.
I'm trying to think what I saw as a barrel sock. That was funny.
Yes, we can get them Remy. It's just going to be a little bit of a wait because we're going to have to order them from our distributor, and then he's going to have to get them in, and then we get them. So yes, I can get them. I just need to get you a time frame.
I think the funniest barrel sock that I've seen is like people who put fingerless clothes in the barrel. I think that's just hilarious.
That is, yeah.
It's like,
there's no point.
What are you thinking?
What are you doing? I've seen somebody put a shoe on. That was kind of interesting.
I mean, I'd rather see someone put a shoe.
Well, it was funny because they actually tied the laces so it wouldn't fall off. Like they took the laces and they tied it around the barrel on the front
Dude,
side.
that's just innovative.
Like
I'm
works.
just gonna carry an
That
extra
works.
Vans shoe and shove it on my. Attach some elastic.
We should like reach out to Vans because they do custom stuff. Let's get amp Vans and sell them individually and all one size, and they're just barrel socks.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Stop
let's
it.
do that.
Stop it.
Who wants to see that?
No one.
Who wants an amped
No.
Vans barrel shoe?
I think people would rather have an amped Vans shoes to wear on their feet.
We can sell those too, but you have to. The only way to get the shoes, the actual shoes, is with the barrel sock.
This is true. This is
The
true.
barrel shoe. You need the barrel shoe, and then you buy the actual shoes.
Sure, Tom.
I
You go ahead and do that.
I'm gonna go look into
You
it
go
right
ahead
now.
You go ahead and do that. Best hop-up setup for an F2. What gun is it?
Yeah, it's really dependent on the gun.
Uh,
M4, generally speaking, is probably going to be a max, the HPA version. But there's some really good stock hop-up units. Like the Crytek one's really good, even though it's plastic. It's actually pretty good.
I like the VFCs. They're not too bad.
They're not too bad. I think they're a little bit stiffer than the Crytek, and I think the Crytek, the way it clicks is.
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying it's better. I just think it's
It can't be. It's VFC. Crytek's.
I'm Tom. I don't even know a Crytek.
You're right, I don't. M4 GNG with a Mark 18 9.5 inch rail. So I would do the max hop-up unit with, that's the blue one, the HPA one. I would just do that. It's probably going to be a pretty good setup.
Authentic MCM barrel covers coming soon. Oh my goodness.
I really want to see how you do
That'd be
that.
sick, honestly, though. I'm not even going to lie. Check my YouTube account. I can't read that, but I will type it in.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yo, also, are you boys gone next weekend? Might come see the shop next weekend. Yeah, we're going to be, there's going to be Sector 7 next weekend. So you might not see all of us.
I'm not doing that one, am I?
No, I think that's Terry.
Okay, I'll be here.
I'll be in town. I won't be at the shop. It's the
Wow,
weekend.
We can do something. It doesn't have to be here. Plenty of places to go.
You know what? Let's just go to Odin's while Terry's stuck at 77.
No. You can do that. You can do that.
I was just saying that because I was hoping Terry was watching.
I don't think he even watches the lives.
I don't think so.
He hates it.
Just for idea, why I need high rate and stable FPS.
Why?
So let's talk about stable FPS for a second, and then high rate of fire. Stable FPS means your shot consistency is going to be, your groupings are probably going to be tighter, and shot consistency is going to be better. High rate of fire, you don't need a high rate of fire. In my opinion, you really don't need that high rate of fire unless you're trying to be an A10 via a machine gun, like
a Warthog?
Yeah, like an A10 Warthog level of rate of fire. Like you don't need that, but you can have it if you want it, but you don't need it.
Do whatever your heart desires.
Yeah.
Crazy. So, see, Terry heard us because he could probably hear it from production.
Yeah. Oh, he literally
Yeah,
just
now, kick him. Oh yeah. You don't.
I'm totally
Okay,
doing
oh. How you gonna block him?
No, he said there was an option to block or remove. I looked at it.
What we doing?
Not doing anything. We're just kind of feeling because we had technical difficulties.
Yeah, we'll probably go for another 5 minutes. And then that way you guys, anyone who's on Instagram will get chips with me anytime. I mean, check my YouTube account. Why I need that set up. Sorry for
Incomplete reply. Oh,
So what am I
go back up. Hang up to Airsoft green heart. That is the appropriate heart for Airsoft.
Yes. What was it again? SURY. Oh, I found your account. Oh, okay. So he needs a high rate of fire for like this. It's like a more speed
Okay.
and a box match.
Okay. Okay. So like for the application you have, first off, I'm trying to think of a good box mag because you're running an M4 setup. So I'm trying to think of a good electric box mag that, because that one's probably not is probably the limiting factor. Two things you can do. One, find a fast repeating box mag. Can't think of that off the top of my head. So other thing you do is wire up an 11.1 to it, which will increase the speed at which the motor spins in the box mag, and so it'll actually swap the motor. You can also swap the motor in the box mag. That's going to be a big limiting factor that you could probably overcome fairly easily. And then consistency is going to come down to you're running an AG, so you're probably going to have to play with spring tension on your tappet spring.
Yeah, that can definitely play a big part, even with just normal feeding.
Yeah.
So it's crazy stuff. AEGs, man, they're tons of fun, but
They're tons of
I
fun.
don't like high rate of fire AEGs.
Yeah, they're just the amount of tuning you need to do to get everything just right is kind of a headache. Just pubs, yeah. They're a little higher than it.
You're so tired. They don't move.
They move. They actually migrate to the sun.
That's concerning. That actually makes me uncomfortable.
And on that terrible disappointment, we'll catch you on the next week live.
So every week, 1 o'clock, Instagram and on YouTube. Come join us.
Yep.
And
We'll get you next week or at an event this weekend.